Welcome back, YouTube. This is Raw American Message to Maga, Part 2. Pushing our allies away.
We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
Donald Trump, on his campaign trail, stated a couple of different things. One, he wanted Canada to become part of the United States. He wanted to buy Greenland, and he wanted to take America out of the UN. Fast forward to him becoming elected. One of the first things he did was tell Canada that America was going to make it make it part of the United States, and talk to Denmark about buying Greenland. Naturally, Canada is a strong nation, independent nation, has their own government, has their own military, can protect themselves, has relations with other countries on their own, and is actually a pretty decent place to live. I've never lived there, but from the people I've talked to who do live there, it's a nice place to live. What benefit of it is it to them to join us? They've got universal health care. We don't. Their military is highly regarded and well respected. Ours is too. Well, probably not highly respected, but feared. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of the same thing. Not really, but kind of. So, government is fine. Its economy is booming. What benefit would it be to them to join us? There would be none. As for Greenland, what benefit is it to Denmark to sell it to us when its people didn't even want to join us in the first place? Apparently Denmark's a pretty decent nation itself. Maybe not as wealthy as us. The military might not be as big as ours, but they're a pretty successful nation in and of themselves. What benefit is it to them to sell us Greenland? Better yet, how would that fix the deficit that the Trump administration is so keen on fixing? How would that help us at all? It wouldn't help us, it wouldn't help them. Well, the money would probably help them, but they don't want to sell it. The people don't want to be a part of the United States. Who can blame them? So, when Trump proposed his idea to Canada of them becoming part of the United States, us just kind of annexing them, they said no. That's to be expected. Again, they are a wealthy nation. They are a strong, independent nation of their own making. What benefit would it be to join us? There's no benefit there. They have universal health care. We don't. You have to pay for health care here. They are a wealthy, established nation in and of themselves, whose military is respected and honored throughout the world. They are a member of the United Nations. What benefit is it to join us? There is none. So, of course, they said no. And when they did, Trump said and tried, don't know if it was done, don't quote me, tried to impose massive tariffs on them to try and make them bend the knee. So what did Canada do? They imposed tariffs on us. Who would have thunk? They stopped buying our alcohol, they stopped buying stuff made in the USA, stopped selling it. Because they don't like us. Why don't they like us? Because Trump had a tizzy because he couldn't get them to become part of the United States. So he imposed some tariffs, and now they're retaliating with tariffs. Great. A strong, independent nation that was proudly there standing beside us, willing to defend this continent with us, pushed away. They want nothing to do with us. So, let's move south of the border. He blames Mexico, the Mexican government, nonetheless, for smuggling fentanyl into the country. This is back on his first term when this dates back to his first term, dates back to his first term when he wanted to build the wall that Mexico was going to pay for. So Mexico's already got a little tizzy with Trump, okay? Trump is now blaming them for all the fentanyl and shit coming into this country, as well as Canada, which Canada's already pissed at us anyway for the tariffs and Trump being a wine baby. Okay. So now Mexico is mad at us too. Our, again, close ally and neighbor. Maybe militarily not as strong as us, but they were up and coming. So now we've got Mexico mad at us. We've got Canada mad at us. Our two closest allies and neighbors. Literally, if they were to attack us together, they stand a true chance. So what's the sense in pissing them off? But anyway, Mexico, under the threat of tariffs, did kind of heed to what Trump wanted. So there's that. But the point, and then to make matters worse, he badmouths Britain, he badmouths all of Europe, actually, to be honest with you, and kind of sits himself neatly with Putin and Kim Jong-un. Being the President of the United States, where Trump goes, the United States is already affiliated, whether we want to be or not. Now, we're aligning ourselves with dictators, bad-mouthing our allies, tariffing our allies, trying to push out of the UN, saying that they need to pay more, blah, blah, blah. Yes, we paid the most in the fucking UN, but everybody else was paying their dues too. All the nations part of the UN help the nations that are part of the UN. Just because we have more military strength than most of them does not mean that they can't take us, because they can. Anyway, let me continue here. So now we're aligning ourselves with dictators, pushing ourselves away from our allies, pushing our allies away from us, getting away from that, and aligning ourselves with dictators. So take a look. We are supposed to be the leader of of the free world. When we align ourselves with dictators and oppressed peoples, how does that look? Think about this. Because how does that post us up on the world stage? We're the leaders, are supposed to be the leaders of the free world. And we're aligning ourselves with dictators and pushing the other members of the free world away. What does that look like to, what is that going to look like to the rest of the world? You can't tell me that we're supposed to be the free leaders of the free world. How can we be the leaders of the free world when we're aligning ourselves with dictators who oppress their people, control their people? Without a doubt, their people have to love them. Tell me that's not what Trump wants. He wants to be a dictator. Otherwise, why would he align himself with dictators? But let's even go even further. Look at Russian economy. Look at Russian economy. They had to start a war to gain any economic advantage, and then they were under sanctions from the rest of the world, weakening their economy more. So now we're aligning ourselves with them. Okay, it may not have been stated, but you know, if we're aligning ourselves with them, Trump is supplying them with some kind of backing somewhere. You know it. And I hate to say it, being the President of the United States, it's probably your dollar that he's backing them with. But you say you stand beside him and you're proud of what he's doing. You think it's in the best interest of the country. Look at Russian economy. How does that look? Its people are poor, starving, malnourished. It can't even fund its own military for this invasion that it started. Then you look at Kim Jong-un. His people are manuscripted in. They are starving, for one. Everybody except Kim Jong-un and his family. Everybody in their country is starving. The people, the military, except the leaders. Putin, same way. His people are starving, malnourished, don't have what they need. But he's sitting pretty. He's got everything, food, whatever he needs, he's got it. And their people are oppressed. Their people can't speak out against them. When we align ourselves with something like that, being the leaders of the free world, how does that look to the rest of the world? Essentially, we brought freedom to the rest of the world, and now we're abandoning it for dictators. Where do you think Trump's going to take this? Because Trump wants to be a dictator. Otherwise, why would he align himself with dictators? But then you spell out what their economy is. Look what we're going to be. We are going to be starving, enslaved people. That is what's going to happen. If we continue on this path, Trump's going to do what he wants, and we're going to become enslaved, oppressed people with a fascist dictator. We are not going to be the leaders of the free world. We are going to be a weak, crippled nation, ready for the picking. And who do you think's going to take that picking? China is on that list. Russia is on that list. You know Kim Jong-un's got his hand in that pocket too. You know they are going to come after us if we are crippled. You know it. That's what they want. And you, blindly supporting Donald Trump, is giving it to him. That's what's going to happen. That's what pushing our allies away does. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If if you like my content, also be sure to check me out on TikTok, as there is content on TikTok that I do not place on YouTube, as well as content on YouTube that I do not place on TikTok. So be sure to check me out in both places. If